All right, y'all, welcome back to another rendition of Studying Cinema with Cozy. I apologize for the delay on this episode, being that, I'm in grad school and everything. Starting to pick up, midterms just came through, so I had to fall back a little bit on the movie reviews and get back on the studying. But today we back at it. We're going to be talking about The Players Club, made by Ice Cube, starring, himself, Bernie Mac, Lisa Ray, Jamie Foxx. Is an all-star studded cast. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first seen this movie, instantly I felt like this movie was a little bit better than, I'm not gonna say the first Friday, but at least the second two Fridays. I feel like this movie was of better quality than those two films, you feel me? I definitely feel like the charisma and the chemistry between the actors definitely carried this movie, especially Bernie Mac. He alone brings this movie to life with his character and how he presents himself. All of his comedic timing, his scenes are the most memorable scenes in the movie to a certain degree. You have other memorable scenes, but Bernie Mac consistently gives you memorable scenes and memorable quotes that still stands the test of time today, you feel me? We also have other comedians in this movie like AJ Johnson. He played Ezel in Friday. He was also in I Got the Hookup. You got the balance of comedians, rappers, genuine actors, all feeding off of each other in this movie. You have Lisa Ray's character, venturing off, trying to go into grad school and whatnot. And she specifically wanted to go to a HBCU. Her parents wasn't really with it, so they weren't really going to fund and support her in that way. She turned to stripping as a way to pay for her college and to get her through school. But she never used it as a way to finesse people or to dig deeper into the escort or the sex work business, you feel me? She just used it as a means to get by, used it as a means to stack her money and invest in herself. So when her cousin Ebony comes around, played by Monica Calhoun, we see her in movies like The Best Man Holiday, things of that nature. Like I said, it is an all-star cast. You see a lot of these actors in several different movies that you have grown up watching throughout the years. But you feel me? Once her cousin Ebony comes into the picture, Ebony wants to, live that same lifestyle, stacking her bread, starting over in life to a certain degree, getting her feet up under her to make sure that she headed off in the right direction. You feel me? Ebony is more impressionable. She's younger than Diamond. And we see how the influence of the other strippers and just the stripper life take over. It drives her down the road where it leads to nothing but regret. You feel me? We see on one occasion where you have Ice Cube's character and his homeboy dragging her out the club, about to take her back to the crib, doing whatever they want to do to her, you feel me? Diamond runs out and stops them. This scene crazy because Ice Cube genuinely gets mad. He was like, get out! That boy started yelling at Ebony to get out the whip once Diamond came through and put some sense into her brain. Then later on in the movie, you see how Junior, you feel me, Ronnie's brother, he having a whole stripper party, only Ebony and Diamond pull up. And then Ebony in the room getting changed. Ice Cube creep around talking about something, she'll let you get down, you feel me? Like, trying to insinuate that she'll let him hit. Boy get excited. He take the condom that Ice Cube he just had in his pocket, you feel me? Ice Cube was just ready to do whatever, you feel me? So Junior got the condom now. He go in the room and he do whatever he want. It's really like, I ain't gonna lie to you, that scene is crazy, you feel me? In a movie that is genuinely funny and good in certain elements, that scene is crazy. That scene just shows how rapid shit changes in that lifestyle, how things could seem like they're going smooth and you about to do your everyday work to things turning around and taking a turn for the worse, you feel me? That leads Ebony off into just leaving the business and, working the same job that Diamond was working in the beginning of the movie at Payless or whatever, you feel me? So she repeats that cycle. But this movie overall, I feel like the message it's trying to tell is one that is needed to be told. You don't really see a whole lot of movies talking about strippers and the genuine lifestyle of strippers. I personally haven't watched P-Valley, but other than Players Club, P-Valley is the only other piece of cinema within that stature that kind of does the same job to a certain degree, showcase the stripper lifestyle and its authenticity, real black, real culture, you feel me? Like, this movie right here takes place in Atlanta. Atlanta is the hotbed for all of that, you feel me? So they really showcase just how live it was with the strip scene in this movie. You have private parties, you have all different types of occasions based around this form of sex work. We even see the dark side of it when, we see the flashback scene with Diamond and Ronnie when they at the old men crib in the jacuzzi, and then Ronnie go take her off into the living room and do whatever to her. The deeper that people get into this world from the looks of this movie, the deeper that people get into this world, the more that they are at risk of getting taken advantage of, the more that they are at risk of falling into the escort or the sex work business and just doing things that aren't really aligned with their character or intentions when they first came into the business. A lot of these girls came in, just wanted to make some easy money, but then they got caught up with the wrong crowd. And you see how Ronnie, as the alpha woman, the leader in the strip joint, she kind of runs everything. She kind of dictates and kind of bullies her way through certain things and steers people in a certain direction. Not everybody in the club is hip to that. A lot of people, well, not a lot, a few of the girls in the club, they have their own sense. They ain't really fooling with Ronnie and her business and her brother and all of that. But Ebony, like I said, she's more impressionable. She's younger. She's trying to get that quick money. So she going to do what she feel like she got to do to fit in and then make that bread. She just living in her eyes. But her living just led her down the wrong path. We see her bloodied up. And it's just like, damn, you never really want to see some shit like that when you're thoroughly enjoying a comedic movie. It's thrown in there to show you just how real this life get. As cool and hip as it may seem from the outside, that shit could get treacherous when you really get deep down into it. And all of the wicked shit that they have to do to really make the money that they want to make is another testament. Because it's like, you see Ronnie go into this private party with the police officers and how basically she has to perform for them. A part of it has to do with degrading the men. A part of it has to do with degrading herself. But it all comes back down to fetishes and kinks that have to do with sex. You feel me? All of this shit has to do with sex and sexual energy. And it speaks to what really controls men, women, and what controls and dictates where people make their decisions when it comes to money. You feel me? Money and sex go hand in hand for a lot of people, and they feel like the more sexual I am, the more money I will get. Yes, that may be true in certain realms, you feel me, but all money ain't good money. And Ebony thought that she was finna make some good money by working Junior's birthday. Little did she know that would be the end of her whole journey in that lifestyle. And that's how quick the things could change in that field. We even see how shady the whole business is, at least within this movie with this specific club, because Dollar Bill, Bernie Mac's character, he from Chicago. He moved down south trying to swindle these southern folks, and now he got caught up. I don't even know what dude name is. Dude in the wheelchair. He got caught up with him, Charlie Murphy, Terrence Howard. They on his ass over the bread. And in the end, he ended up dying behind it. But it's like, for him, his ending didn't go well. You saw how lighthearted and go happy he was, you feel me? Just happy to make a quick dollar, happy to get some new clientele, happy to get new strippers in there working. You feel me? He just trying to keep the motion going without the heat being on him. You see his ending don't go too well. You see Ebony's ending doesn't go too well. You see Ronnie's ending doesn't go too well. Her being on the other side of things and being an accomplice to Junior and his actions, her shit don't go well. This movie, all while it's showcasing, the more lit side of things, it also showcases the more traumatic side of things. And it's like, there's no turning back from that. As good as this movie is and as comedic as this movie is, I feel like it does a good job of honing back into reality and letting people know that this shit ain't all glitz and glamour, you feel me? It ain't all just fun and comedy, and it ain't all just laid back, you feel me? This is shit that can have a ripple effect on your life forever. And one bad decision and one wrong move revolving around sex or money can lead you down a path to where there ain't no turning back. And you feel me? You'll look back on your actions and think, all of this could have been avoided if I had just never gotten into this car, if I just never you know, look, just little stuff like that, man. But I do feel like overall this movie, like I said, I do have it I have it below Friday, but I have it above the other two Fridays as far as quality and, the story that it tells. I feel like it's a lot more engaging, it's a lot more interesting, it's a lot more entertaining than, some of the other movies. We also see other elements of the stripper life with the character of Myron. This weirdo in the strip club, you feel me? He may seem like a stand-up guy. He's just up in there just trying to see the show. Just trying to see the show, you feel me? But he's another element of the dark side of this lifestyle. This man was stalking Diamond, and she didn't even know. She come back home. He's there, creeping up the stairs, talking about something. I paid a lot of money for you, this, and that. And you don't know what he would have done to her if he got his hands on her. She had to him, like she had to get up out of there, get up in the crib and lock him out quick. Ran to her bedroom and find her cousin up in there with her man. And it's like, golly. I think that scene right there is a testament to how fast that shit could just go downhill, you feel me? Like, she thought shit was sweet. She was about to come home and relax. This man come up trying to harass her, trying to assault her, do whatever. She get in the crib just to see that her man is in bed with her cousin. It's like a double whammy, for real. And then I gotta still deal with school. I still gotta deal with going to work. I still gotta deal with other people at work trying to influence my cousin to do these type of things. And it's like, it's a lot of things that are on the shoulders of Diamond to lead her to beating Ronnie's ass at the end. Based off of interviews I've seen from, Crystal Wilson, that fight scene with Lisa Ray was real, and there was some real tension, I guess, in the air when they was shooting that scene. But I feel like that just adds to the flavor of the movie, the authenticity of the movie. You could definitely feel like this movie was not necessarily one that had a full-fledged script. It's a lot of ad-libbing, I feel like, in this movie, especially with characters like Bernie Mac. Like, they definitely let him just do his own thing in some of these scenes and just go off the hinge with it. They do try to throw a little Friday fanfare in there with the, oh, you got knocked out type of scene. At least something that correlates to that. But if that's the case, you feel me? I feel like they could have just made this movie another Friday, to be honest with you. Or it could have at least been in the same universe with the way they shot it and everything. With this movie being in his own realm, in his own world, I feel like this movie does, tell a good story. It does do the job that it's supposed to do. I feel like only having one of these movies is good as well. We didn't need a Players Club 2 or 3. It would have just been a rinse and repeat. It would have been just like the Friday situation, But this right here is valid. Some lessons to be learned in this movie from the parents' side with her and dealing with the parents not wanting her to go to college or to that particular college, you feel me? And then socially with her dealing with work relations and the different tiers of people at work, the followers, the leaders, the people that are in-betweeners, and dealing with family as well, not just her parents, but, we're dealing with cousins, we're dealing with extended family now, and it's like there are so many layers to Diamond and how she perceives her journey that she has to ultimately be more selfish in the end. She has to be more selfish to get what she really wants in life. She could have, tried to save everyone, which she did, but you can only save somebody that wants to be saved themselves, She was there for Ebony the first time when that situation was about to happen, when Ice Cube and his friend drug her out the club. And she wasn't there for when the Junior situation happened because, that was the moment where she wanted to take time for herself. She wanted to be more selfish. She was out on a date with Jamie. At that point, she just got tired of always having to be there for somebody, especially for Ebony, the one that didn't really want to listen to her. It's bad that she didn't really, follow through with her gut and just be like, let me help Ebony one more time. But that was the situation that kind of turned everything around, not for the better, but it turned Ebony's life around. It slowed her down and changed her mindset. It changed everyone's mindset. It changed everything, the whole culture. You feel me? The club ended up getting burnt down because Like I said, Dollar Bill, he was owing money. They shot the club up, burnt it down. Everything dead came down to a halt. Throughout this film, we really just see that all of the decisions that these characters make within this business, because they're just trying to make a quick buck, they don't make the right decisions, you know? All of these decisions that they made lead them to a dead end in life. It leads to Dollar Bill's death. It leads to Ronnie being locked up. And it led to Ebony going through what she went through. Unwillingly going through what she went through. But with that being said, like I said, there are lessons to be learned in this movie. Like, there is a lot of trauma in this movie. So there are lessons to be learned in this film. A lot. This film is still enjoyable. It has a comedic side to it that is enjoyable. You will laugh during this film. You will think during this film. You will be entertained. But it'll leave you with the feeling of knowing that not all money is good money. You know, they say in the beginning, you got to use what you got to get what you want. But you really got to think about that saying and what is actually, you know, what is actually conveying. You know, use what you got to get what you want, but don't sell yourself.